Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde, comment allez-vous? J'espère que vous allez très bien. Moi, ça va bien. Alors aujourd'hui, as you know, aujourd'hui is going to be our last oral practice. Oral practice, especially for those who are taking the CSEC, the Caribbean examination. Okay, so you know that is going to be around the corner next week and the week after. So we're going to do that today, but as you know, I'm not going to do it on my own because I have two guests. But just for those who don't know about French Action is the channel where you learn French, but also where you can improve it. And if you have exams, that's the right channel for you. And in May, we're going to do, or try to do, paper 1 for those who are taking the CSEC exam. All right, so today I'm going to have just two guests, and I think that two guests is not too bad, one from Jamaica and one from Dominica. So let's see who they are. Alors, are you there? Ah,
Bonjour.
bonjour. So can you introduce yourselves, please?
J'ai 16 ans. Je vais à St. Andrew High School for Girls en Kingston, en Jamaïque.
D'accord. And the other one from Dominica?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Bianca, j'ai 16 ans, je suis de la Dominique et je vais au collège en office compréhensif.
D'accord, merci beaucoup. Alors, some of you may say, where are the guys? Where are the boys? But, you know, I tried very hard to get some boys and they don't want to come. So that's the reason why we have two young ladies today. So what we're going to do, since it's our last practice, we're going to have some practice for the reading, because you know that this year it's just going to be two activities. The first one being the reading out loud, and then the second activity is going to be the 16 questions, okay, on 4 different topics. But what I'm going to do today is to give you one text, which I put into 2 slides. So that's going to be like 2 types of reading for you, but it's really one text. And then I'm going to give you 3 sets of questions. It's a real salad. Everything is mixed. Simple, difficult, everything is mixed. And basically, the first one who can answer will have to show her little paper. So, Dejanel, can you show your paper to make sure that you have it at hand? Okay, Dejanel, yes. And what about you, Bianca? Voila. So you put it very high so that I can see it. Okay. And vous êtes prête? Have you got any questions before we start?
No,
Pas de questions? No?
Madame.
D'accord. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to display the text, and I remind the audience that they haven't seen the questions nor the texts. Isn't that right? So they are a little bit nervous, which is normal because they don't know what to expect. And that is the way you're going to be on the day. So that's why we're doing it this way, because if you're used to being on edge, nervous, then on the day, hopefully it won't be as bad. Okay? All right, so this is the text. I'm going to put it on the screen. So I remind you that this is slide 1, and then there will be slide 2. So I give you 1 little minute to read it, and then you will read it out loud for us. Okay, have you finished reading? Oui, Dejanel, Bianca? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to ask who wants to start? And no fighting, please.
Je ne vais pas plus au lycée depuis plus d'une semaine parce que ce sont les vacances de Pâques. On n'y voit pas de lycéens dans les rues, car ils restent tout à la maison et passent du temps sur les réseaux sociaux au lieu de se reposer. Je sais que bon nombre d'entre eux font leur dernière révision avant les examens.
Merci beaucoup, Dejanel. Bianca, you want to try that?
Je ne vais plus au lycée depuis plus d'une semaine parce que ce sont les vacances de Pâques. On ne voit pas des lycéens dans les rues car ils restent tous à la maison et passent du temps sur les réseaux sociaux au lieu de se reposer. Je sais que bon nombre d'entre eux font leur dernière révision avant les examens.
Okay, merci. Alors, I'm going to start with Dejanel, with the mistakes I noticed. Okay, you said je ne vais pas plus. It's not pas plus. Hein? It was just je ne vais plus. I no longer go. Okay, so you couldn't have the pas, otherwise it would be the double negative. Okay, vacances. Okay, vacances. The C at the end. Vacances. Both of you made the mistake, car il reste, you said tout is tous. All of them. If you were saying tous les lycéens, so here we wouldn't have the pronunciation of the S because it's tous les lycéens, okay? But here we don't have that. After the tous, we have a preposition. So it means car il reste tous à la maison. And that is the common mistakes which is made in the texts that we give for the CSEC exam, okay? So, car il reste tous. So be careful. When you have a tous, you need to know if it's tous or tout, okay? In this case, it's tous. Réseaux sociaux, for both of you, réseaux sociaux. Dejanel, you manage réseau and sociaux, but there was a little pause between. It has to réseaux sociaux in one go. Okay? D'entre eux. It's not d'entre eux, it's d'entre eux, just in one go as well. And for you, Bianca, you said depuis. It's not depuis, it's depuis. There's no accent on the first E, so you can't say des. Okay? You said passé, or I can't remember what you said for pass, but it's, remember the ENT of the present tense is silent. Okay? And that's why it's there. I wanted to test that. And you said a lieu instead of au lieu. AU, remember, AU always gives you the sound O, always. Okay? So au lieu. And dernière, leur dernière révision is feminine. Okay? Dernière révision. Okay? All right, so let me give you the second part of the text. OK? Janelle, tu as fini? Oui,
Madame.
Bianca, tu as fini? D'accord. OK. Alors, qui veut commencer la lecture, s'il vous plaît?
Moi.
OK, Bianca. OK, go ahead, Bianca.
Pendant le long week-end pascal, je suis allée voir ma famille à la campagne. J'en ai profité pour déguster le jus de corossol de ma grand-mère ainsi que les ananas de son jardin. Malheureusement, l'Internet ne marchait que de temps en temps, donc j'ai beaucoup discuté avec mes cousines et en plus, mes heures de sommeil ont bien été récupérées.
Merci, Bianca. Janelle?
Pendant le long week-end pascal, je suis allée voir ma famille à la campagne. J'en ai profité pour déguster le jus corossol de ma grand-mère ainsi que les ananas de son jardin. Malheureusement, l'Internet ne marchait que de temps en temps, donc j'ai beaucoup discuté avec mes cousines. Et en plus, mes heures de sommeil ont bien été récupérées.
Merci beaucoup. I see, Janelle, you have some company. Okay. All right. This second reading was much better for both of you. Very good. Very good. I think now you're getting into it. You can see what you need to do. That was very good. In fact, there's not much to say. I can see that you try to make it flow much better. So that was good. Bianca, j'en ai profité. J'en ai profité. Okay? J'en ai profité means I took so it was during the weekend I went to see my family in the country, and I took this opportunity, that's what comes to my mind now, and then the rest. Okay? So, j'en ai profité, it's a good expression for you to remember if you like, but it has to flow, okay? And I think that's all. Oh, ananas, you said ananas, les ananas. We say les ananas. Les ananas, okay? Dejanelle, for you was well said as well. I can't remember who said, Bianca as well. You have l'internet. I think, Bianca, you said l'internet is l'internet. So we're going to keep it the English way. Now, for Dejanelle, the mistake I have is, I think you said en plus instead of en plus. Okay. So, but I don't remember any other mistakes. So that was good. Okay. So, en plus. En plus means in addition, moreover. Okay. That's what it is. En plus. So, because that's what it means, you have to pronounce the S. Okay. You remember that I had put in the first text, plus. Je ne vais plus. I no longer go. Okay, when it's no longer, you don't pronounce the S. Well, basically, these were my traps. Okay. All right. So I hope for everyone that you try to practice as they were doing it as well. And I hope that you managed. It's not easy, especially when you're under pressure. But remember, on the day, you're going to have some preparation time. They didn't have any. I just give them a quick 1 minute or so. You will have at least 10 minutes. So that's a big, big difference. Okay? So now, ladies, we're going to move on to the important part, okay? Because that's what I said to you last time. We're going to go through the questions. So, are you ready? Vous êtes prêtes pour les questions?
Oui, madame.
Oui? All right. So before I go to the questions, I'm just going to advertise for these videos because some students say, oh, I don't know how to practice. There's text on French Action. So you can, I just selected those 4, but there's more than that. Or you can go and use the playlist and the playlist on reading French reading passages, and you will see what is there. But there's text you can practice, and you need to listen and go over not just once but several times to ensure that you get the right pronunciation and the liaison. And have you noticed that they made their liaison as well? So that's very good. Okay, so now the questions. Okay, ladies, the questions. So I remind you that the way to go about it is that you have to ensure that you have your paper first, because it's first comes, first served. All right? Bien. Question numéro 1. Par quel moyen vas-tu à l'école?
Répétez, s'il vous plaît.
Par quel moyen vas-tu à l'école? OK. Dejanel?
Je vais en bus.
Très bien. Je vais à l'école en bus. OK? Par quel moyen vas-tu à l'école? So, the vas-tu, you go to school. Moyen, you remember, moyen de transport. I didn't put the transport here because par quel moyen can only be transportation, right? So, that was my little trap to start. OK. Question numéro 2. Quelle est ta matière préférée? Pourquoi? OK, Bianca?
Ma matière préférée, c'est du science parce que ce n'est pas difficile.
OK. Donc, les sciences, ce n'est pas difficile. Ouh là là, c'est bien. Yes, Kaydin May Graham, je prends le bus. Très bien, bonne question, bonne réponse. OK. Question numéro 3. Qu'est-ce que tu as pris au petit déjeuner? Oui, Dejanel?
Normalement, je prie en sandwich.
Peux-tu répéter, s'il te plaît?
Normalement, je prie en sandwich.
Okay, Beyonce, do you want to improve the answer?
Pour mon petit déjeuner, j'ai pris du céréales et de temps en temps, j'ai pris des sandwichs.
Okay, alors, you started well, Bianca. J'ai pris. Which tense is that? J'ai pris.
Present.
And I think, Dejanel, because you said normalement, if you say normalement, it suggests that it's a habit. So it's going to be present tense. Okay, I say the question again. Qu'est-ce que tu as pris au petit déjeuner? Any of you? Okay, Bianca?
J'ai pris du céréales.
J'ai pris, not du, but des céréales. Okay?
Des céréales.
J'ai pris des céréales. Do you understand that, Janelle? Oui. Okay. So this one, it is true that you have questions. What do you usually have for breakfast? That is also a possibility. But you could have, what did you have for breakfast? Meaning today, for example. Okay. So be careful. You need to listen to the question and not get influenced by your, the types of questions you have at hand at home, because what do you have and what did you have is not the same thing. Okay? Bien. Question numéro 4. Comment s'appelle ton prof de français? Ok, Bianca?
Il s'appelle James.
Il s'appelle James. Okay, so you call him James, not Monsieur James, or?
Il s'appelle Monsieur James.
Ah, okay, il s'appelle Monsieur James. Okay. Janelle, why didn't you answer that question?
I misheard prof. I thought you said prof.
Okay. Comment s'appelle ton prof de français? Okay. So, Nick, you said je mange des céréales, which is fine, but you missed the little E at the end. Okay. ES at the end of céréales. Okay. Number 5. Es-tu déjà allé à l'étranger? Bianca?
Oui, j'ai déjà allé à l'étranger.
Où es-tu allé?
Aux États-Unis.
Okay. Bianca, think about what you've just said. Do you want to change that? You said j'ai déjà allé. Do you want to change that? No? Okay, Dejanelle, if she gets it right, she'll get the point. You okay with that? All right,
Yeah.
Dejanelle, can you correct the mistake?
Je suis déjà allé.
Je suis déjà allé. Okay. Bianca, do you agree with that?
Oui, madame.
Oui, je suis. Okay, so be careful. You can't say j'ai allé, is je suis allé. Okay? Bien. Question numéro 6. Quand fais-tu tes achats? OK, Bianca?
Je fais mes achats en ligne.
Not quite, Bianca. Okay, I'm going to repeat. Janelle, you want to try that one? Quand fais-tu tes achats? No, Janelle? Yes, go ahead.
Oh, oui. Je fais mes achats chaque année.
Okay, je fais mes achats chaque année. Can you come up with something else than chaque année? Okay, Bianca, you want to try?
Je fais mes achats pendant le week-end.
Je fais mes achats pendant le week-end. Okay, I prefer this response. Okay, so be careful. The quand means when, okay? Not how. So you have to be very, very careful. Okay? Bien. I don't know if you hear the the rain, but it's raining really badly. So I hope you're not hearing too much. Are you hearing the rain? No?
Non, madame.
Okay, good. Question numéro 7. Quelle taille fais-tu? Bianca?
Je suis 38.
I'm not sure I understand your answer. Okay, Dejanel?
Je fais 38.
Je fais du 38. Is that what you said?
Oui, madame.
Is it what you said? Dejanel?
Oui, madame.
Ok, très bien. Bianca, quelle taille? What size? Ok, quelle taille fais-tu? So, je fais du 38. Ok, I'm just going to type the answer here. And others have said, je fais du 39. That's very good. Je fais du 38 if we are putting the whole. Ok, je fais du 38. Ok. Question numéro 8. À quelle heure vas-tu à l'école le matin? Bianca?
Le matin, je vais à l'école à 8h30.
Très bien. Le matin, je vais à l'école à 8h30. Très bien. And the last question. Qu'est-ce que tu ferais avec 200 €? Okay. Sorry, who did it first? I wasn't looking. Who did it first? Who put the paper first?
We did it the same time.
You did it the same time. All right. So since you did it the same time, we're going to, you get a point each if it's the right answer. So who wants to try? Go ahead. Who wants to try? Okay. Dejanel?
J'achèterai des chaussures et des vêtements.
Okay. And what about you, Bianca?
Je ferai du shopping.
Je ferai du shopping? Okay. Bon, ben d'accord. That's fine. Okay. So 1 point each. Okay. And that is the end of the first round. Okay. So I'm just looking at very quickly at the comments. Je vais à l'école à 5h du matin. Don't forget your S at heure. Remember, heure is plural. So Kurisu, c'est je l'économiserai. Les 200 €, OK. But what you would say, Kurisu, is je les économiserai. Because it's 200 € is plural, and there would be an S as well because it's conditional. Okay, économiserai without the S is future. Okay, the same for Angelina Palmer. J'achèterai is with an S. Okay. Yes, and we have j'achèterai des cadeaux pour mes parents. Très bien, très bien. So I'm going to go through the questions, okay, which I put in the screen so you can see the questions if you are not sure what they were. Okay, so the first question was par quel moyen vas-tu à l'école? What means, meaning obviously if it's by bus, by car, on foot, etc. Quelle est ta matière préférée? Pourquoi? So that question generally is answered without any difficulty. Qu'est-ce que tu as pris au petit déjeuner? So this one caused problems because you thought qu'est-ce que tu as pris was qu'est-ce que tu prends? But no, appris is the past tense, so you had to talk about your breakfast like today's breakfast and not what you usually have. Okay. In fact, one of you, I can't remember who that was, you said j'ai pris, which started well, but then you said normalement or de temps en temps. If you have those kind of words, it's just going to tell the examiner, oh, she or he didn't understand the question, okay? Because if you say j'ai pris, that sounds correct. But when you say normalement, you can't have normalement if we're only talking about today's breakfast, okay? Comment s'appelle ton prof de français? That question generally is answered without any problem. Es-tu déjà allé à l'étranger? Same. But don't forget is je suis déjà allé. You need to remember that aller always takes to be. Quand fais-tu tes achats? Okay, this one, I don't know why both of you made the mistake, but quand is when, not how. Okay? Bianca, what would it be if it was how? How do you do? Because that was the answer you gave me, the how. How would you say how? Pardon?
En ligne?
No, no, no. The word for how. No? You know it. You know it. You're not thinking about it, but you know it. Dejanel, what is how?
Is it comment?
Comment, okay? Yes, monsieur. Comment, okay? Comment fais-tu tes achats? So you would say, je fais mes achats en ligne. And that will be fine, Bianca. Okay? Quelle taille fais-tu? I think you, I don't know, one of you missed the word taille. Taille is a size, okay? And then you say je fais du, and in your case, it's more likely to be 38, okay? Even though I've never seen you, but you look like probably 36 or 38. All right. À quelle heure vas-tu à l'école le matin? So this one, you got it right. Okay. À quelle heure? So whenever you hear à quelle heure, you know that a time is coming. Et qu'est-ce que tu ferais avec 200 euros? Now, here we know it's conditional because we don't have qu'est-ce que tu feras. It's qu'est-ce que tu ferais. All right? So that's how we know that is conditional. Okay? So I'm just going to remove that a little bit so that, okay, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Okay, I have a little question coming from Shinaldine, Petit Frère. Can you say medium, small, or large, or it's only strictly numbers? I always teach my students to say je fais du, but it is true that in France, people always also say medium, small, and large. But because it's a French exam, I would just try to show that I know the culture as well. You know, I know that it's je fais du, and that I have try to find out my size in French. I think that's better because when you know your size once, you're going to say it once. That's it. So Shinaldine, I will say to you, try to find out what your size is, probably like a 38. Je fais du 38. You learn that sentence. And then when it's time for you to say it, you just say that. Okay? All right. So now we're going for the second part. Okay? All right. So, vous êtes prêtes? You have your paper at hand? OK. Question numéro 1. Combien de fois par semaine fais-tu la vaisselle? OK, Bianca?
Je fais la vaisselle tous les jours.
Je fais la vaisselle tous les jours. OK, donc tu aides maman, c'est bien ça. Question numéro 2. Quand regardes-tu la télévision? Oui, Dejanel?
Je regarde la télévision dans le soir.
OK, je regarde la télévision, not dans le soir, juste le soir. I know you're translating word for word in the evening, but it's in the evening is le soir. OK? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait hier? OK, Dejanel? Dejanel?
Hier, je suis allée à la plage et j'ai mangé de KFC.
Alors, hier, je suis allée à la plage et I missed that.
Et j'ai mangé à KFC.
OK, I missed the end. J'ai mangé. Peux-tu répéter, s'il te plaît? I think there was a
Non.
motorbike and that's the reason why I didn't hear. Donc, je suis allée à la plage et j'ai mangé.
KFC.
OK, you're talking about KFC, du poulet. OK, d'accord. Donc, qu'est-ce que tu as fait hier? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait hier? What did you do yesterday? OK, très bien. Quel sport pratique-t-on à ton école? Bianca?
Du football.
Okay, Beyonce, sorry, not Beyonce, Bianca, can you give me a full sentence?
Répétez la question, s'il te plaît.
Quel sport pratique-t-on à ton école?
Le sport pratique-t-on dans mon école, c'est football.
OK. Le sport que l'on pratique, OK, à mon école est le football, OK. D'accord. Question numéro 5. Quelle carrière as-tu choisi? OK, Beyoncé?
Un comptable.
Okay. Bianca, you understood the question, but your answers are a little bit too short. Can you improve on that? No? Okay, Dejanel, you want to try?
Devenir avocat.
What did you say before avocat?
Devinerai.
Okay, that doesn't exist. That word doesn't exist. Okay, you want to try Bianca?
Je voudrais venir un comptable.
Okay. Okay, Bianca, I'm going to give you the point, but it's still not quite. Je voudrais devenir comptable. Remember, no article before professions. You remember? I'm going to type it. Je voudrais devenir comptable. Okay? And for you, Dejanel, je deviendrai. I will become. Yes, Dejanel, and I like the way you said it. Je deviendrai. I will become. It's you know, I like that. You're obviously working towards it, so you will become and not you would like to become. That's good. Okay. Bien. Question numéro 6. Que feras-tu quand tu quitteras le collège? Okay, Janelle? Oh, she's gone. Okay, let's see if she comes back. While she's obviously having difficulty with the internet, I'm just going to answer a question which you have asked. For example, Kadine, you had a question. Would you be penalized for asking for repeat of questions? Okay. Kadine, you need to know that as examiners, we have to give a grade for comprehension. So if you ask for a question to be repeated, it means that you didn't understand the question, unless, of course, there's, I don't know, a big truck which drove past your way and you didn't hear, then that would be totally different. But what happens is that you obviously you will be penalized. Yes, the answer is yes. Somebody says no. Somebody says you might lose marks for comprehension. Of course, you can't have the same grade as somebody who answers the question straight away, understands straight away, and you ask for a repeat. You can't have the same grade as that person. Okay? So, Michaela Brown, je regarde à la télévision. You don't say je regarde à la télévision le week-end. Je regarde la télévision. Okay? There's no preposition. Okay? Shinaldine, you say je suis allée à l'église et après j'ai dormi. I don't know if Shinaldine is a male or female, but I would think it's female. And in which case you need to have 2 E's for je suis allée. Okay, and Kedin said on pratique l'athlétisme with an E at the end and not an O. Okay, and then I'm going to go through the questions so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I will go through the questions in a minute. Okay, so we were waiting for you, Dejanel, so I just went through the comments while waiting for you to come back. Okay, so welcome. Okay, welcome back. So the question was, so you were about to give me the answer to question 6. Que feras-tu quand tu quitteras le collège? So Dejanel, go ahead.
Après, je quitterai le collège, je vais à l'université.
Okay, you understood the question, but can you rephrase it? Think about the tenses you're using.
Après, je quitte le collège. J'irai à l'université.
Okay,
J'irai à
it's not
l'université.
jira, it's
J'irai.
j'irai. Okay? Remember, j'irai à l'université. Okay? Donc, que feras-tu quand tu quitteras le collège? Quand je quitterai le collège ou après le collège, j'irai à l'université. Ou quand je quitterai le collège, j'irai à l'université. Something like that. OK? Bien. Question numéro 7. Quelle pointure fais-tu?
Répétez, s'il vous plaît.
Quelle pointure fais-tu? Non? No? Okay, I'm asking the audience the question. Can you answer the question in the chat? Quelle pointure fais-tu? Okay, Kedin said, je fais du 39. Très bien. Okay, remember the word pointure is shoe size. Okay, and you learn shoe size when you do shopping. Okay, donc la pointure is the shoe size. Okay. Alors, Shinaldine, je fais du 9. Non, non, non. Shinaldine, you have to find your shoe size in French. 9. If you say in France or in a French-speaking country, je fais du 9, they wouldn't have a clue of what you're saying because 9 is not a number which is close to any size that they would have. Okay, je fais du 9 doesn't work. Add a 3, 39 would work better. Okay, so try to find your size. And this goes as well to Germaine. Du 12, no, doesn't. As I said, you're talking about, for shoe size, you're talking about something starting with a 3, 36, 37, 38, 39. For boys, is probably more likely to be 40, but not one single digit. Okay? And now the last question. À quelle heure te lèves-tu le matin? Bianca?
Je me lève à 7 heures.
Je me lève à 7 heures. Très bien. OK. Yes, Germaine, je fais du 39. That's much better. Okay. So we're going to go through the questions. Okay. I'm going to put them on the screen so that you can see what I asked. Okay. Alors, the first question was, combien de fois par semaine fais-tu la vaisselle? So, for this is combien de fois par semaine? How many times per week do you do something? Okay? So, fais-tu la vaisselle? You need to remember that vaisselle is washing up. Okay? Doing the dishes. This is what we're talking about. Okay? Donc, combien de fois par semaine? So, je fais la vaisselle 2 fois par semaine, 3 fois par semaine. Bianca said tous les jours. So, I accepted that. She does it every day. OK? Quand regardes-tu la télévision? So, je regarde la télévision, etc. Oui. Quand is when. So, le soir, après l'école, anything like that. Quand j'ai fini mes devoirs. Qu'est-ce que tu as fait hier? So Dejanel said that je suis allée à la plage et j'ai mangé du poulet. Bon, voilà. Donc, this, be careful. It was a question in the past. Hier is the key word. Hier means yesterday. So you have to remember to use the past tense. Quel sport pratique-t-on à ton école? Okay, so when you hear quel sport, it could be one sport or it could be several sports. I put an S here, but if you give me one, I accept one because in French, we don't know which one is, you know, quel singular, quel plural is the same. So if you say on pratique le football à mon école, fine, okay? But be careful with this question because I find that very often students say on pratique football or on pratique netball. On pratique le football. Don't forget your articles, okay? This is common mistakes. Every year we get those kind of mistakes, okay? Quelle carrière as-tu choisi, okay? Donc ici, j'ai choisi de devenir or je voudrais devenir, anything like that would work. Which career have you chosen? Okay? Que feras-tu quand tu quitteras le collège? So this one, I decided to put it because very often when I ask this question, the students tend to talk about what they do after school, which is not the case, okay? It's not what you do after school, going to a club or anything like that. It's not that at all, okay? And here you have the future. So you would have to say that j'irai à l'université or anything like that, okay? Quelle pointure fais-tu? So here, quelle pointure fais-tu is the shoe size, okay? So tie, you need to remember, ladies, tie is size and pointure is shoe size, okay? And fais-tu, je fais du. That is how you answer the question, okay? And à quelle heure te lèves-tu le matin? Okay, you got that very well, okay? Charis, I'm hoping that the live stays on the channel. Of course, I would like the live to be on the channel, but it all depends on whether or not there's no problem with the internet. This is always, you know, I have lost, I remember I lost 2 lives because of internet issues. So when I tried to get the live back, the video was black. So I'm planning to leave it on the channel, but it's not depending on me. It depends on whether or not the video will go from StreamYard to YouTube. Okay? All right, ladies, I had totally forgotten to give you your score for the first time. So I'm going to calculate now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Donc, Dejanel, 7 points. Bianca, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bianca, 9 points. Okay? So, I'm just going to remove this now. So, ladies, how are you feeling?
Good.
C'est bien? Okay. Now we're going to go through the last questions. It's only 7 questions left. Okay. So Frizio is saying, could we say pas instead of ne pas? Could we say pas instead of ne pas? Okay, Frizio, you're going to find that the French miss out the ne very often. I'm guilty of that, but I will do it with French people. I will not do it in class. Okay? Je veux. No, you can't say je veux pas aller. You would say je ne veux pas aller. Okay? So what I would say to you, you need to put your ne, because remember, it's an exam, you know, in an exam situation, yes. Now, if you're talking to your friend and you don't want to say ne, it's fine, but not for an exam. Okay? So Kaydin is asking, what are some fillers I can use while thinking about the answers to give the examiner? You could say, un moment, s'il vous plaît, je réfléchis. So you could say something like that. Okay, so I'm typing it for you so that, okay, you go, un moment, je réfléchis. But it is good to have a filler. You know why? Because as examiners, we don't know if you're going to say something or you're not. So when you say something, it suggests to us that you're going to come up with something. You're more likely to come up with something. Whereas if you say nothing, we just assume that maybe you don't have the answer, you didn't understand, and then we move on to something else. Okay? Bien. A question, Michaela, you should liaison de pas and de aller. All right, I have to go back to the je ne veux pas aller. I usually do, yes, je ne veux pas aller à l'école, yes. Okay. Alors, I was trying to wait for our guest to come back because she's disappeared. So obviously some problems with the internet. The good thing about StreamYard is that it reconnects us, so that's very good. And to talk to the person who asked about the live, things like that could be a problem. But if I'm the one who's disappearing, we could lose the whole video. Yes. Okay. Okay, Kaydin is asking, is it an R sound at 1? Kaydin, I'm not too sure what you're talking about. Related to what? I'm not too sure what Kaydin is talking about. I have to go through all this to see. Un moment, je réfléchis. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure. Sorry, Kaydin, I can't answer your questions because I'm not sure what your question is, because the context is not there and there's other people who put questions, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. Okay, she's not here, she's not back. This, you see, guys, this is the problem of lives. We never know what will happen, and I can tell you, she's from Jamaica as well. The weather is bad at the moment, and yesterday we had an earthquake as well. So, okay, Kaydin, un moment, does the N gets on R sound? I'm not too sure what you mean by an R sound. It's un moment. Not sure if it's your R sound you're talking about, but un moment. So, Miss you say, Miss, when do you use lorsque and quand? Oh, okay. Lorsque and quand. Lorsque is one word, by the way, Mushiu. Lorsque is exactly the same as quand. It's just that it's more formal than quand. So I like to use lorsque, especially when we do writing. I will have a live on writing pretty soon in May. So that's when we're going to do all this, okay? So by the way, there will be a live in May, the first week in May, I think, because of paper 1. So since paper 1 starts before paper 2 this year, we're going to have a live on paper 1 and then on paper 2. And then that would be it, okay? So Bianca Kelish Alexander says, good job, Bianca. Okay. All right. So, all right. So I'm not sure if she's going to come back. So Bianca, I'm just going to give you the questions. You're going to be under a lot of pressure now. Because the live can't last for 2 hours, you know. So somebody's asking, is it necessary to make a French R for certain words? I'm not too sure what they mean by a French R. What I find is that very often students try to pronounce the R a little bit too much, and it doesn't sound nice. Okay. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful when you say you are. For example, the other day I heard somebody saying merci, merci, and I said, oh gosh, merci, merci. You see, I pronounce the R, but not merci. Okay, so it depends on what you mean by the French R. But when you pronounce it too much, it doesn't sound nice. And I always say to my students, if you make too much effort, very often it doesn't sound nice. Okay, so that is the problem. All right, so I think that Janelle is back. Thank you for your questions, because thanks to your questions I was able to delay a little bit. Janelle, I know you have problems because we have bad weather at the moment, so I know. I know. All right, so we're going to do the last part. Question numéro 1. Parle-moi d'une visite que tu as faite avec l'école. Ladies?
Un moment, je vais réfléchir.
Très bien. Très bien. Janelle? OK, je repose la question. And for those who are in the audience, please answer the question. Parle-moi d'une visite que tu as faite avec l'école.
Je vais essayer.
OK, très bien. Essaie.
OK. L'année dernière, on est allé chez un parc qui s'appelle Cabritz et on a bien amusé.
Okay, merci. So you're talking about a visit to a park, right? Okay, you said chez un parc. It's not chez. When do you use chez? When do you use chez? Okay, chez is really when you talk about a person. Je suis allée chez mon ami. Je suis allée chez le dentiste. Je suis allée chez le médecin. OK? But je suis allée au parc. Yeah, Bianca? OK?
Oui,
donc, je suis allée au parc. OK? So, chez will always be used with a person, but the place is going to be your o or à la. OK? Okay, I have noticed that you use the avoir auxiliary, okay, but I don't hear the to be, and I'm sure that there was a to be you were supposed to use. Tu peux répéter s'il te plaît? Can you repeat, please?
OK. L'année dernière, on allait au parc.
Okay, so I stop you there. It's not on a allé, it's on est allé. Okay, I'm putting it in the comment for you. On est allé. You need to remember that aller takes to be. Okay, donc on est allé, and I'm going to put an S because we're talking about a visit with the school, so it's going to be more than one person. Okay, donc on est allé au parc. Okay, and not chez. And
On a vu les choses différentes. Et on a bien s'amusé.
Okay, and that is the one. Okay, this one is s'amuser. So what happens to verbs which are reflexive? S'amuser means to enjoy oneself, okay? What happens to the reflexive verbs in the past? No? Okay, you need to know that all reflexive verbs take to be. So you're going to say on s'est bien amusé. Okay? And here again, I'm going to put an S at amusé because we're talking about more than one person. Okay? On s'est bien amusé. Okay? D'accord, Bianca?
Oui, madame. Oui, madame.
Okay. Okay. Bien. Somebody give me a response, which was good. Nous sommes allés au zoo quand nous avons vu beaucoup d'animaux. I think, Kay, you wanted to say nous sommes allés au zoo où nous avons vu beaucoup d'animaux. Not quand, but où. O-U, okay, with an accent, okay? Donc, nous sommes allés au zoo où nous avons vu beaucoup d'animaux. Okay? And somebody else put, le mois dernier, nous sommes allés à Eleni's Bakery. Nous avons mangé du pain. Okay. I think you mean du pain français because Eleni's Bakery is it's a French bakery. Okay. Nous avons mangé de la baguette ou du pain français. Okay. Très bien. Alors, question numéro 2. Décris-moi ta mère. OK, Bianca?
OK. Ma mère, elle est très belle. Elle a les cheveux longs, les yeux marrons. Elle est la même taille que moi. Et ouais, c'est tout.
OK. Elle est de la même taille que moi. OK? Elle est de la même taille que moi. So I put that in the comment for you. Elle est de la même taille que moi. OK? All right. So Kay saying ma mère est belle, travailleuse et sympa. OK. So here, décris-moi ta mère. I put it very general. It could be physique. You know, it's just le physique. Or it could be you're talking about like belle, travailleuse et sympa. Would accept that as well. OK? Attention, I like that. Ma mère est d'âge mûr et petite. Elle a des cheveux noirs et courts. Elle est mignonne. That's very nice. Germaine, ma mère intelligence est. I don't understand what you mean there. Kayana, ma mère est sympa. Yes, but it's not enough because I said décris-moi ta mère. Whenever you have a question with parle-moi, décris-moi, you have to say a little bit more than that, okay? So the way Bianca did it, it was good because she said quite a few things. You started with her size, I think, then the hair, I mean, you give quite, you know, we could even have an idea of what she looks like. So that's the way to go, okay? Gabrielle, you're saying, ma mère est petite, elle a les cheveux courts, courts with an S. Gabrielle, elle est très sympa et drôle. Ok, très bien. Ok. And Germaine, it's not elle a petite et strict, elle est, E-S-T. Ok. Elle a means she has. Ok. Redja Swabis dit, ma mère est très belle, stricte et gentille. Ok. Okay, but you can say a little bit more about the description of your mother, okay? Why? Because when you have those kind of questions, that's when you want to, in a way, to show off, to show the examiner that you can say much more than the little questions he or she gave you before, okay? Because you want to impress. So that's the time. That's with those questions you impress, okay? Question numéro 3. Quand fais-tu tes devoirs? OK, Bianca? Bianca, I didn't hear.
Oh, je fais mes devoirs je fais mes devoirs tous les soirs. Tous les soirs.
Tous les soirs? OK, donc quand fais-tu tes devoirs? You just needed to say, je fais mes devoirs le soir. OK, or chaque soir, as Akila and Michaela said. OK, je fais mes devoirs. Don't forget the S of devoir, Kayana. OK, à 8 heures. 8 heures, S as well, because it's 8 hours. OK, très bien. Question numéro 4. À quelle heure te couches-tu le soir? OK. De Janelle?
Normalement, je me couche à 22 heures.
OK. Normalement, je me couche à 22 heures. Très bien. OK. Question numéro 5. Où es-tu né? OK. Sorry, I said OK, but I didn't give the name. I'm talking about Bianca. Sorry.
Je suis née en Guadeloupe.
Ah, tu es née en Guadeloupe. Mais tu habites à la Dominique.
Oui.
OK. OK. Question numéro 6. Alors, question numéro 6. Qu'est-ce que tu as fait pendant les vacances de Pâques? OK, Deschanel?
Et j'ai mangé des poissons.
J'ai mangé des poissons ou du poisson. OK. That's all you did during the holiday?
Et j'ai dormi très tôt. Très
Oh, très tôt
tard.
ou très tard? OK. D'accord. OK. For questions like that, especially questions with the past tense, I would advise you to say a little bit more so that you can show the examiner that you can master the past tense. That will be good for your grade in terms of accuracy. Okay? So I would say you know, make sure you use the past tense. Swaby, you say pendant les vacances de Pâques, je vais à la plage. This is incorrect because the question was qu'est-ce que tu as fait pendant les vacances de Pâques? Meaning, what did you do? So you can't say I do, okay? You have to use the past tense. All right? So, and the last question, and the very last question, penses-tu que les jeunes passent trop de temps sur les réseaux sociaux? Chanel?
Je pense que c'est mauvais parce que ces jeunes passent trop de temps à réseaux sociaux.
Why did you say passé? What tense is that?
Oh, sorry, pass.
Pass, ok. Ok. Ok, Dejanel, peux-tu répéter ta réponse, s'il te plaît?
Je pense que c'est mauvais parce que ces jeunes passent trop de temps réseaux sociaux.
Trop de temps sur les réseaux sociaux. Ok. D'accord. Bien. Alors, voilà. Donc, nous avons fini cette partie. Je vais juste rapidement regarder les réponses parce qu'il y a beaucoup de réponses qui sont venues là sur un commentaire. Donc, je vais le faire. Alors, just something to say to those who are watching. I know we are typing, but try to put all the little S's that you need to get used to this. For example, if you say elle a les cheveux courts, Gabrielle, you need to put an S at court. If, for example, you're saying KD and you said elle est avocate, elle est avocate, I'm going to write it for you because it's incorrect. Elle est avocate. There's no D at avocate, okay? No D at all. And you can't say les cheveux. Les cheveux. Be careful if you put an A at cheveux, it becomes chevaux, which is horses. I'm sure that Kadeen, your mom doesn't have horses. All right? Les cheveux, donc elle a les cheveux courts et noirs. So Kadeen, I'm putting this for you in case you get this question. Elle a les cheveux courts et noirs. Okay. Kurisu, you're saying nationality and age. You're asking if you can say that. Normally, students would, I mean, I wouldn't expect nationality and age, but I guess if you do that, but just nationality and age to describe a person, you don't describe a person by his or her nationality and age, okay? So, Kejeya is ma mère est grosse, not is, no English, est petite, et elle est, EST, again, très stricte. Alors, then we had to think about the homework. Je fais mes devoirs le soir, so that was fine. Don't forget your essays, guys. Homework is always plural, always plural, okay? And Kadeen, you said je leur fais chaque soir. I think you were talking about the homework. You can't say je leur fais. It's je les fais. LES. LES replaces the homework. I do my homework, so I do them each night, okay, each evening. So be careful. It's not je leur fais, but je les fais, L-I-S. Okay? Kayana, don't forget 8h du soir with an S. Kay, I don't like this answer. Où es-tu né? Je suis né à l'hôpital de San Fernando. When a French person is asking you where you were born, they mean which country, basically. It's which country, as Kedin said, je suis né en Jamaïque, okay? Yes, we know you're born in a hospital, but even you giving me the name of a hospital, I don't even know which country it is, okay? So it's important to put the name of the country, okay? For the other question, I think those who said je joue au tennis avec mon frère et ma mère et moi faisons le dessin, I think you got the question wrong because I didn't ask any of that. All this should have been in the past tense. So you would have said j'ai joué au tennis avec mon frère et ma mère et moi avons fait du dessin. Okay? Pâques, which is Easter, has an S at the end, and that as well. Pendant les vacances de Pâques, je suis allée à la plage. Okay? Michaela put the past tense correctly. Je suis allée à l'église, j'ai mangé. Okay, be careful. You don't eat lunch. J'ai mangé le déjeuner. J'ai déjeuné. For lunch, je sais j'ai déjeuné. Okay? We know that you eat it. That's not a problem. Et j'ai regardé la télé. Okay? Pendant mes vacances de Pâques, Katara, vacances has only one N, vacances. J'ai mangé du pain et du fromage. Okay, don't forget your little accent. Maybe it's because you can't find them, but in writing, you need to put them. J'ai acheté. Okay, Nick, you said j'ai acheté. Where are your articles? J'ai acheté des souvenirs et des vêtements. Okay, don't forget your articles. Avec mes amis chaque week-end. Et je suis allée à la plage. You can't say je vais because you started with j'ai acheté, which is the past. So you need to continue with the past. Pendant mes vacances de Pâques, j'ai étudié mes matières et j'ai regardé la télé. Kurisu is not à la télé. J'ai regardé la télé. OK? Bien. Alors, for the questions, I'm going to put them, okay, on the screen so you will see what you missed out, okay, if you missed anything. Alors, the first question was, parle-moi d'une visite que tu as faite avec l'école. Okay, so tell me about a visit you had with your school, okay? Décris-moi ta mère. So this, you understood that question. So for when you have parle-moi, décris-moi, you need to, I mean, I always say to my students, at least three sentences. That's what I'm after, okay? Quand fais-tu tes devoirs? You manage that very well. À quelle heure te couches-tu le soir? You manage that as well. Où es-tu né? We talked about it. No hospital, okay? Countries, je suis né, all right? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait pendant les vacances de Pâques? Now you can see that I didn't say qu'est-ce que tu fais pendant les vacances de Pâques. So be careful. Qu'est-ce que tu as fait? And then the last question, which is the type of questions which is coming back now. They never used to, but now they are pushing those kind of questions, which are very general questions on your opinion. Penses-tu que les jeunes passent trop de temps sur les réseaux sociaux? Okay, do you think that young people spend too much time on social media? You know, so these are the kind of questions you need to think about just in case they ask you a question on your opinion. Okay? And that's it. All right. Ladies, you've done very well. I'm just going to calculate your points. So, Dejanel, 10 points. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And Bianca, you've won with 13 points. Très bien. Très bien, très bien. And très bien, Dejanel as well, because it's not easy at all, is it? How are you feeling?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay. So what I would say to you, you need to ensure that you practice. It's just if you practice, 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 you'll get it, you know. Okay, those the few questions you didn't get. So so you have to be very careful. Okay, try to use all the questions you can. Now, for those who are new to French Action, you know that well, you don't know. I'm going to tell you that there are several lives, okay, just like this with other students. And there's one on different topics like travels, shopping, uh, home and family. So just look at those lives and see whether or not you know you can use those questions to practice, because the same way I put the questions there, you can see the questions on those lives. Okay, so having said that, that's it, ladies. Thank you very much for coming. That's very good, very good. Okay, so I can only say all the best for the exam when it comes. All right, just practice, and I know you'll be fine. You'll be fine, no problem. You're not making big mistakes. You understand most of the questions, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, it's just a matter of really getting into the questions to make sure that you get it. Okay, and the good thing about those lives is that you have the answers as well. Okay, the answers comes from the students, or if they can't answer the questions, I answer them. Okay, or shall I say you answer them. All right, so I'm going to leave now. I'm going to let you go and do some more practice for your exams. I know you're very, very busy because it's not just French you have, you must have other subjects. Okay, so all the best. Bianca, say hello to Dominica for us. Okay. Okay, and all the best. I hope you'll tell me how you've done, you know, with your oral. Okay, so
Merci,
let's keep
madame.
in touch. Okay, and for the audience, thank you very much for watching, and please practice, practice, practice. That's all you can do. Okay, and that's what you need to do. Okay, au revoir. Au revoir, au revoir.
Mhm.